welcome back to some Dawn of War action. It's going to be a 3 vs 3 game on the good old Alvaros map that's just gotta love, and we've got top left team consisting of Matamo playing as Elder, we got Rapitui also as Elder, and Kuya playing as the Necrons. So what the hell, we'll see what happens. Bottom right team we got Pyrrha Victorion, fancy name, playing as the Sisters of Battle, going for massive amounts of missionaries, bizarrely enough. Got Far 5 we'll just call him Zul, basically. Far 5 Zul. Okay, that should be it. It's better, yeah, I'll just call him Zul in any case. Playing as Dark Elder, so going for 2 quick plasma generators actually, that's something I don't see taught in either. And myself, Nightman 2009, playing as the Space Marines. Going with a slightly unorthodox build as well, going with quick snipers, and there we go, just announcing that to my allies there. So I must have known that I was going up against Elder players, at least one Elder player, maybe the other one went random, I don't know. And yeah, as a result I'm going to just try to snipe them as much as possible. Okay, not sure what that was about, but in any case also getting quick force commander. And as for opponents, well, actually going for Dark Reapers. Well, this one's going for Dark Reapers instead of Rangers. At the same time, Kuya is going to be going for Quick Necron Lord, as well as a whole bunch of Necron Warriors. Doesn't really need to queue them up like that, but oh well. Matamo going for Quick Wraith Tomb, actually, and what is this first squad? It's actually going to be Rangers, so we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, though, as you can see, my guys, well, one of my Scout Marines squads is going to die. The other squad, unfortunately, yeah, is most likely going to die as well. Yep, there goes the guy with the sniper rifle, and I am making a skull probe, but unfortunately I am a little bit too slow in doing so. I'm pretty sure there was a faster way of doing that. Just have to make sure, yeah, next time to get the bloody skull probe out as quickly as possible. It's really, I mean, that's the thing with cloak. It'd be one thing if, you know, they were cloaked until they're fired or something like that, but these guys can fire and stay cloaked. I mean, really, having that sort of stuff coming in pretty much exactly the same time as when pretty much any race can really get detection. I don't know, it's just that if you screw up the timing even by a few seconds when it comes to detection, you can really get screwed badly by these Rangers. And I believe, do they start off as a full squad? I'm not entirely sure, actually. In any case, I do manage to get one squad of Scout Marines, but yeah, they're going to be overwhelmed rather easily, so a very bad start for myself indeed. We'll see what happens though, and indeed I'm certainly in trouble. We'll see what my allies are doing. Let's see, we actually do have quite a few early missionaries for Victorian. Not really sure why he's not just sending them out or something like that, but well. And I think Zul was actually going for an early tier 2, which doesn't really make much sense, but whatever. Getting a quick Archon squad, apart from that doesn't really have anything else out, unless if he's got... Okay, maybe he's got cloaked mandrakes. Can't see any silhouettes anywhere. To switch over to his field of view, but screw it. In any case, he's actually going for very quick scourges, so very well. Our opponents are definitely catching us with our pants down. Basically, I'm basically left to field 2 Elder players, and as you can see, my allies are essentially doing nothing really. In fact, it looks like Victorian is not even contesting this critical location. Yeah, not really sure what exactly Zul is complaining about. I mean, he's the one who went with a really screwy build. Yeah, look at that, he's not even upgrading his Archon squad, he's not getting any extra Scourges. I mean, what the hell is he doing? I'm basically left trying to take on 2 Elder players myself, and we've seeded both critical locations as well. Basically, we're about to fight. Well, I did try to fight them with the paltry amount of forces I have, but yeah, it's not going to do so much. Got the listening post upgraded, so they can't just simply rush in without taking significant losses at the very least, but yeah, this is... Well, I do have a Space Marine squad, probably not really going to make that much difference, but still, at the very least they will be able to tank damage. What the hell are they doing? That is very bad micro on myself, that I definitely have made a horrible mistake. Thankfully, well, okay. Jesus, a bad game to be had by all, it seems, on my team. Yeah, this... Okay, that was very unnecessary. I think I was trying to rush them into... I don't know. I'm supposed to act as cover for my Scout Marines, but... Very strange. I should have attached the Force Commander at the very least, and I really screwed up the timing of that attack, if that's what I was going to do. Yep, still no help coming from my allies, and yeah, basically going to be pushed back to the never regions of my base. Good use of the Wraith Tomb actually, a little bit by Matmo, and my Scout Marines will get basically distracted by freaking Guardians of all things. Why not? At the very least, oh no, actually his Ranger Squad is still alive, damn it, to hell and back. And I think another Wraith Tomb is being used, nope. No, I don't think so, I think it's just fading away. Well, there you go, so that just freaking dandy. I definitely need help. And not that really matters anyway, because as you can see, our opponents are just going to be going after, well, Necron's going to go after Victorian, the Dark Elder player finally. And this Zulga finally decides to send something out, taking his fucking time to say the least. No detection though. I mean, he would have seen that I was getting attacked by cloaked troops, so he should have, well, he should have at least used the piercing vision ability on the Archon squad. Is he going to do that? Nope, he's not, so wow, I suppose he's at least getting rid of a bit of the pressure on my base, but still, what the hell is going on here? And so much for fucking Victorian saving up his forces. They're getting torn to shreds basically, getting thrown in willy-nilly against the Necrons. I don't think I've even seen any Faith abilities being used. I don't think we even have the Canoness out actually. Or maybe she's already dead. Don't know. In any case, yeah, they're going to now go to town Victorian, and as for my base, well, finally got this listening post upgraded, so it's going to be a bit tricky for them to disable both of them. The problem is though, I've still got, yeah, well, my forces have basically been trimmed down to next to nothing. The Archon squad will be able to fend off the Rangers, well, get them to retreat temporarily anyway. But really, I mean, they've managed to capture the freaking relic in the middle, well, in our rear basically. Great. And yeah, more Necron Warriors coming in. Yeah, basically, put, we probably don't have a chance. Ah, god damn it, what am I doing to counteract this? I've got no idea. Well, actually, wait a minute, I could try to send a builder as well just to repair that, to keep it alive a bit longer. Apart from that, yeah, looks like I'm just going with, really, I don't have anything else? Okay then. And this Archon squad, not really sure what the hell they're doing, but their time will come as well. In fact, one of their listening posts already getting destroyed. Critical location, oh sorry, strategic location will go down eventually. Job with these fire dragons. So basically, of course, we're being picked apart. And indeed, I suppose I am saying that because, you know, I got screwed over because of timing, but I don't know. It just, I mean, really, you have to admit, I did get, I mean, I didn't pay attention to when exactly I got stealth. According to the timer, I did get it pretty early. I could have gotten it even earlier, of course, because I did actually only get it once I built the listening post here and then got this skull probe out, when I could have just got Scout Marine to capture this location as quickly as possible, then put both workers on the listening post and then, you know, built the skull probe as quickly as possible. That would have been literally as fast as I could possibly do it, but I didn't do that, and yeah, well, I suffered pretty badly as a result, as you can see, so it really sucks. I'll admit I did actually mismicro my troops a bit there, sending in the Space Marines a bit prematurely without the proper follow-up of the Scout Marines and the Force Commander, who should have been attached to the Space Marines, so a bit of a learning experience there as well. But in either case, yeah, we're going to be seeing our bases, indeed, our bases basically getting torn apart. Opponents are going to be at tier 2. I mean, we've got Dark Elder player at tier 2, and wait a minute, that's interesting. Okay, he's got the Witch Cult Arena. Okay, so yeah, he's just going to be sticking with more of an infantry-based build. He actually got a Slave Chamber upgraded with that defensive upgrade, basically. Indeed. And yeah, Rangers indeed are a pain in the ass to fucking deal with. And yeah, vehicles coming in, yeah, I basically don't have a chance. I'm not even at tier 2 myself, as you can see. So yeah, the game is definitely a foregone conclusion. I think we even had the Bone Singer coming in just to disable my listening post. And yeah, I could have gotten the listening post much, well, not much more quickly, but yeah, I dare say that bit of timing could have actually turned the tide. The only problem is though, I still had 2 Elder players against me though, so I definitely got double teamed there. I would have needed a bit of help most likely in indeed. A bit of help most likely, at least from a Dark Elder player, and yeah, definitely very passive play by this Victorian bastard. Not really sure why exactly the Necrons left his base. They've just left a single barracks building while the Elder player is going to be going to town on my base, and as for this chapel barracks, good, it's going to get built up. Not that really matters anyway. Indeed, yeah, as you can see, just asking for different tips. Let's see. And yeah, really, I think my biggest thing there would probably just been to get the listing post up as quickly as possible. Literally as quickly as possible in terms of what I can do in the game. Actually, I suppose a quick turret would have... Well, actually a quick turret. The thing with Elder is that they're so bloody fast though. I mean, they kind of skirt around static defenses kind of easily, and the problem with that also is the fact that those Bone Singers, Matmo's Bone Singer, could have just teleported in, used Wraith Tomb, and then disabled that turret anyway. I mean, I think it still would have provided detection, but yeah, it would have been too fragile once it got Wraith Tomb, in my opinion. Infiltrated probes. I don't think you get that until tier 2, I think. And Hellfires, you don't get that until tier 2 either. Tempests, you don't get that until tier 2. Okay, well, Assault Space Marines, you can at least get them, but of course you have to deploy the armory for that as well. Indeed. And the thing with Assault Space Marines is, yeah, they actually are still higher tech than the Rangers, because they do require the armory to be built up as well. While the Rangers, I don't believe you even need to get one of those little stones, spirit stones, whatever they're called, installed onto the aspect portal before you can even build them. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can build them straight away. Yeah, you need to get the stones for the other things like the Fire Dragons, Dark Reapers, Banshees and all that, but Rangers, you don't. I mean, what in God's name is going on there? It looks like the other player's going to tier 3 as well. Actually, I wasn't reading the text there. What do we have? Indeed. Well, actually, no, looking back on this, they definitely could have helped me there. They were definitely way too freaking timid, to say the least. I think turrets wouldn't have really been worth it. I dare say though, yeah, Scout Marine Sniper would have worked if I got that Skull Probe as quickly as possible, and as long as I properly positioned my commander so that he would tank the initial damage while my Scout Marines fired from behind him. I mean, of course, you know, they can manually target the Scout Marines, but that takes a bit of micro to do. And the thing is, usually these sorts of troops are going to be on attack move, and even if they're not, I'm pretty sure the Rangers and all that would normally fire on the move anyway, which means usually their first shot would be on the Force Commander anyway. So, there you go. Indeed. So yes, yeah, well, it was a bit of a learning experience at the very least. And there you go, yep, completely taken that over, and to harass with, yeah, that's another thing I really disagree with in this game, actually, allowing turrets, indeed, allowing turrets to be constructed anywhere, including in enemy's bases. That is, yeah, indeed. Yeah, that was changed in Dark Crusade, and they kept the change in Dawn of War Soulstorm. So, yeah, I really don't know what the hell the developers were thinking of that. Still, I put up as much of a defense as I could. Indeed. Well, I suppose it's not that bad, it's just that certain builders are incredibly hard to kill, and certain turrets are incredibly, well, not incredibly effective, but they're much more effective than the other races' respective turrets. The Gorse turret and the Heavy Bolter turret by the Imperial Guard being the obvious examples. Yes, yeah, that's right. And the thing with the Necrons is that they're builder units, they come in squads and they can be rebuilt for free. And the Imperial Guard builder, the Engine Seer, they actually do have Commander Armor as well, which is pretty bad as well, to say the least. Indeed. Commander Armor, Jesus Christ, indeed. Yes, Imperial Guard certainly does have a few interesting things going for it. I mean, it's also got, I mean, they're tier 1 troop is pretty brittle as well, actually, the Imperial Guardsmen, although they can be buffed up with supporting troops pretty nicely though, so there you go. We'll just fast forward a little bit there. And there you have it. Oh no, wait, it's still going. I don't know why the hell this guy thinks he has a chance, but anyway. And that's it. I think I actually quit at this point. There you go. I'll see you all next time. Welcome back again to some Dawn of War Soulstorm action. It's going to be a free-for-all on the Kyria Forests map, which I don't ever recall playing on, but it's an interesting map to use for a free-for-all, especially given that this guy's right in the middle. In any case, we got myself, Flightman 2009, playing as the Specimens, I Bring Silence playing as the Dark Elder, Corforex playing as Imperial Guard, Omega 64 playing as Imperial Guard, and jQuery Team 2, or just jQuery should I say, playing as the Chaos Space Marines. So yes, free-for-alls can be interesting. The thing with them though is that there's quite a few periods where you're basically not really doing too much, so let's just fast forward past those. Thank God I can do that. Just have a look at everyone's builds, so nothing too out of the ordinary for myself there. Dark Elder player, 2 plasma generators and a Dark Foundry Arc, no wonder. Got a couple of Imperial Guardsmen coming in, probably just to scout ahead. And apart from that, nothing too unexpected by Corforex. He does have a quick heavy bolter turret which will be going up against those Hellions. Same time we've got Mega 64 just continuing to build up. Nothing too unexpected from him either. He's actually building... oh no, actually no, wait a minute, that is unexpected. He's actually building a second field command before building the infantry command. That's interesting. I suppose he wants to use it as a bunker. Huh, interesting. Well, in any case, he's also going to try to probe, and won't really be able to do too much apart from that. And bizarre enough, we actually do have jQuery expanding towards the right, so he's actually going to have slightly more resources than everyone else because no one else is bothering to contest that. And oh, there we go. We got an early tactical control before an infantry command. Interesting. Huh. Even though he's only covering one flank, he's not covering both. And yeah, I don't normally play FFAs, and that is actually going to screw me over at a later point where I decide to take someone's word for what they're saying. But yeah, we'll find that out a bit later. In any case, I'm at tier 2. We've got a couple of land speeder Tempests. Apart from that, not really much not too much happening. We do have Dark Foundry being attacked, Imperial Guard player just doing a couple of probing attacks here and there, nothing too fancy. I believe the Elder player, Dark Elder player, is still at tier 1, I think? Oh no, he's at tier 2. I saw the Scourges being built, yep. Tier 2, and the Chaos player is going to be going to tier 3, so yeah, it's the thing of the FFA, quite a bit happens, or rather, not quite a bit happens, quite a bit doesn't happen for quite a long time. And yeah, you're just mostly sitting around doing a... indeed. Just doing a couple of probing attacks, and yeah, this is where I start to get a little bit confused, really, just reading that text there. Indeed. Yeah, that's when I was wondering, you know, if there was meant to be some sort of a... if there were some sort of conditions that were declared earlier on, before the game started, that I didn't know about, but no, this is just basically getting me to delay my attack and, you know, trying to figure out what the hell is going on there, and it's actually kind of effective. It's going to be especially effective later on. I don't know why I actually fell for that. It definitely goes to show that I don't know, a bit naive, I suppose, when it comes to free-for-alls, or at least I was at this particular point, so I'm not sure what the hell was happening there. In any case, I Bring Silence is probably going to get taken out. Corex, I'm not really sure if I Bring Silence is really being fair. I mean, it's not like as if Corex is really doing anything radical. He's just got a bunch of Imperial Guardsmen with a Hellhound to support. I mean, he's not really doing... He's only got 3 squads of Guardsmen, I believe, as well. 1, 2, 3, so he's not really spamming or anything like that. Very bizarre. In either case, as you can see, yeah, everyone else is going to continue hanging back. We'll just fast forward once again, and indeed. Oh yeah, as opposed to I Bring Silence, which was planning to probably just spam Reaver jet bikes. In either case, down he goes. Bam.
We are under attack.
Oh indeed, and we actually do have a couple of... what the hell are these guys doing actually? They actually wanted to come all the way over to me just to attack the possessed Chaos Space Marines. Well, they're certainly very hopeful, I'll give them that, and I believe all my Tempests have been upgraded with the crack grenades. Yeah, looks like they all have... Actually not too bad against infantry, even though they're meant to be anti-vehicle, anti-building, but there you go. Huh, interesting. There's Chaos Space Marines trying to do a bit of exploring, most likely get out of the way of that engagement between myself and the Imperial Guard. Huh, even as a cloaked squad of cultists. Interesting. And yeah, as you can see, well there we go, actually have a little battle happening finally. I'm basically continuing to push onwards, coming in with a whole bunch of land speeder Tempests, even got regular land speeders for some reason, which I suppose aren't too bad as long as I remember to actually micro them a bit, strangely enough. Apart from that, relatively standard stuff for myself. I got a rather large amount of land speeder Tempests actually, which I could probably try to keep alive. The heavy bolter turret is going to do quite a bit of damage. In any case, I'm going to be destroying their forces nonetheless. Even these possessed Chaos Space Marines can't really do too much, and even if this land speeder goes down, it's not like as if I can't just build more of them now. Sheep, oh okay, that's why I sent my guys back, because of the Hell Talons coming in. So yeah, jQuery definitely does not like me barging into his territory. And apart from that, yeah, the well, Omega 64 is going to be sitting tight, going to be doing a bit of shelling. Core 4X also going to be sitting tight, just consolidating his position really. And Hell Talon is going to continue shooting, essentially. And there we go, finally getting a Predator out. I don't think I'm at tier 4 yet, no, I'm not at tier 4 just yet. Those Hell Talons will be a bit of a pain in the ass though, and we do still have possessed Chaos Marines attacking around. Actually, I shouldn't... Well, actually... I suppose I could let him capture those points, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, I shouldn't really. Because I was thinking if he captures those points, he could maybe be forced into more of a confrontation with Core 4X, but that probably will not be the case. In any case, definitely a big pain in the ass of these Hell Talons. He's going to try to go after my transport. He's going to find it to be a bit of a difficult target for those infantry defending it. Indeed, my land speeder Tempest still continues to fight these guys. Bam. My god, look at the... Ah, okay. I was wondering why the hell is that deviating so much, but it actually is a separate heavy bolter up there. Or is one of them a storm bolter and the other one's a heavy bolter? I'm entirely sure. Huh. Interesting, very interesting indeed. Well, in any case, yeah. Now back to basically a couple of probing attacks happening here and there. Land speeder does fall, but at the very least, the possessed Chaos Space Marines do actually do a bit of damage to Core 4X's forces, but still not too much really. So, yeah. I'm not really sure why exactly he's just using them as a capping squad, nothing else really. Also continuing to upgrade listening posts and all that as well. Nothing too... Yeah, nothing too unexpected there. I do have a few defilers actually, and there's some artillery pieces being built by quite a few players. Basically everyone but me seems to be building artillery pieces, even Core 4X is actually going to be building them. And there we go, finally I'm going to be attacking myself. Appears to just be a probing attack. I will go back to normal speed if it turns out to be more than that, but nope, I'm just going to be going back and forth really. Scouting coming in just to capture this point. Imperial Guard player is going to be continuing to expand. So as for who's the biggest threat at the moment, well, it's a toss-up between Omega and Core 4X, really. Although Chaos Space Marine player, if left to his own devices, might become a threat as well. Too bad there aren't any relic points on this map, because the Bloodthirster is a pretty deadly unit to use, to say the least, by Chaos, but oh well. What can you do? What can you do? A couple of upgrades here and there, building a couple of things. Yeah. Nothing really too special happening. We do have a couple of scans going down just to reveal the cultists, but apart from that, nothing really too much happening. Omega 64 is still hanging back. He's got crap loads of basilisks, which are a massive pain in the ass. And here we go, finally we've got something happening. A single squad of what was one squad of Chaos Space Marines and one squad of cultists going up against a pretty significant Imperial Guard army with artillery support and the Demonorous battle tanks. Yeah, I like the odds of that. Oh god, indeed. Actually, wait a minute, is there another field command for him? I don't think there is. No, so just going to keep that one there. Interesting use of the field commander though by Omega 64. I'm surprised they didn't actually build a second one here. Oh, there we go. Gorgeous. They say that he's going to be building a second one right there. Actually, I think they do allow for more heavy bolter turrets to be constructed as well. You can only field 4 of these field commands at once, I believe, but each one increases the turret cap by 4 or 8. I think it's by 8 actually. Which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. What's keen to do? There goes one Defiler, the second one probably going to get destroyed as well. Just fast forward a bit, because really, this is not... well, this is nothing really resembling a big battle. This is basically Call for X slowly but surely pushing forward. We do have a couple of Defilers firing, but really they're going to get taken out pretty quickly. Actually, wow, those Limonros battle tanks got a hell of a range on them, actually, I'll admit. Corruption ability being used by the Chaos Sorcerer, but yeah, that Defiler. What the hell was he thinking being sent in like that? I don't know. Turrets everywhere. Did I actually try to do an attack somewhere? Oh, actually, yeah, there we go. I'm going to be sending in a probe just to spot what's going on there, and I'm definitely not going to like what I'm seeing at all, to say the least. Actually, I'll be able to, actually no, I don't think I'll be able to send a fly unit out and bloody heavy bolter turret. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Well, we might actually see the Chaos Space Marine player J-Query being taken out first. Just have to wait and see what happens though. At the moment he's just sending in troops piecemeal against the Imperial Guard, and that's definitely not going to work. Even the elite troops of Chaos should not be sent in piecemeal, to say the least. And indeed, yeah, that was definitely not the good start position at all. So he's going to GG out. The game is only halfway over though. I'm going to deploy my forces forward though, including, yeah, we're at tier 4 now, so including a Predator with one single twin linked, as counting the other ones being just heavy bolter turrets. We're going to be advancing forward. I think I might just get this on normal speed actually, but I dare say this battle is almost a foregone conclusion. I'm trying to attack forwards, and yeah, as you can see, it's not really working out too well at all. Trying to attack head on like that kind of sucks, but at least I'm actually whittling down his troops and all that. Well, for some reason, Terminators spawning right in front for some reason, and it's all Terminators spawning in the front as well, which is something to expect. Because I'm at tier 4, I should be using the orbital bombardment ability. I'm not close enough to use it, unfortunately, and that Basilisks will survive assaults. Terminators not being able to do too much. Predators probably going to be taken out, should be retreated, because even though we've probably got loads of resources at this point, you know, he's probably best to keep these things alive. But nope, he's going to get stunned. Oh no, never mind, I thought he got stunned there, but apparently not. And the Dreadnought being dropped in, and there goes the bloody Predator, kind of pointlessly, that's what can you do. And the Chaos Space Marine player J-Query will probably get taken out as well. I think we did have some shells, Earth Shaker rounds being used by this Omega guy just to fend me off, and yeah, it's actually going to work. Hellfire Dreadnought remains, but he should just get out of there. There's no point just keeping him there, really. So unfortunately, I'm being forced to retreat to lick my wounds. We'll see what else is happening. Not much else. The Chaos Space Marine player's base is being finished off. He has rebuilt over here though. He's going to be rebuilding the HQ. But yeah, this is going to get spotted pretty quickly by Core 4X. We have the counter-attack by the Imperial Guard player. Don't think it's really going to do too much. And we do finally have the orbital bombardment ability being used, demoralizing the crap out of his soldiers, which, okay, Commissar's not going to use his execute ability, probably just to get the troops out of there that much more quickly, because when they're demoralized they actually do move a bit more quickly, so they can retreat faster, I suppose. Indeed, but those Basilisks are definitely going to be a pain in the fucking ass. And those infantry, because they came in, they probably did spot a few things like the machine cults, so they know where to use their Earth Shaker rounds, and we're probably going to see them used at some point, or maybe not. Okay then, not just yet it seems. Just switch over to Core 4X's view. Actually, let's just rotate and see who's got what resources. So, 183, 78, 151, 124, 68, 32. Jesus Christ. Okay, so clearly... Okay. Anyway, clearly Core 4X is the player to watch out for, that's for sure. I believe these listening posts have been completely upgraded as well. That's something I should have done myself actually, because they do still increase, even at the tier 2 upgrade, they do still increase the amount of requisition they make. It's just that it takes a bit longer for them. Indeed, it's just they take a bit longer to make back their cost. But really, given how freaking long the game has gone for, well, yeah, actually they probably used Earthshaker rounds, don't you know? I'm pretty sure they did though, taking out several Marines like that. In any case, I'm going to try to go forward. I'm going to be spacing out my guys just a bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to be spacing out my guys there. Unfortunately, still got two blocks attacking the enemy, and not going to be doing too well at all. And even got the bloody bombardment ability being used by Imperial Guard as well, so definitely forcing me back there. Sucks, but what can you do? What I could have actually done was I could have used assault space marines or even just flyers really, just to spot this area, then try to drop as many troops into the fray as possible. All these heavy bolter turrets are just missile launchers. I still have to watch out for artillery and tanks and for other... Actually, no, wait a minute. Everything else can basically be redeployed here pretty quickly. Damn, really sucks. Well, in any case, yeah, Shake Round's continuing to devastate me. Chaos Space Marine player is down, so it's now just down to us.
Let me inspire our men.
Indeed, so I'll just fast forward a bit since nothing else is really happening. We got a couple of more field commands being constructed. Nothing really too unexpected there. And next time, I dare say, I'll definitely upgrade my listening posts to second tier. My resources are kind of slim, actually. Let's say 1, 2, 3, and that's it. And this guy, he's got 1, 2, 3. Okay, the starting point as well, I suppose. So, I suppose there is that to consider. In any case, I'm going to be pushing forward to 4x's base, and we actually do have Imperial Guard versus Imperial Guard fighting. Actually, looks to be a significant battle. Let's just play it at normal speed. And here we go. Here's a nice bit of deception there. He says exactly who said we were fucking allied. Nobody. That's fucking coup. But of course, that does actually make me give pause. And yep, I'm actually going to be. Yeah, actually, no, I'm going to be retreating. Yeah, actually going to be retreating because I'm just. I think at this point I'm scrolling frantically through the messages that have been sent so far, you know, to see if we actually did ally at some point. I'm just wondering if you know, there was meant to be some sort of arrangement in you know, that was made before the game started. And of course, really, this is fucking free for all. You don't make arrangements like that. Basically, it's fucking free for all. But there you go. Just goes to show you that I was a bit of a well. I guess a bit naive at this point when it came to free-for-all. Thankfully, I definitely did learn at the very least, eventually, by the end of this round. But really, retreating like this, I had Korax, I freaking had him. I could have destroyed all of his infrastructure, or most of it, or at least quite a bit of it anyway, before he arrived back with his troops while he was engaging Omega, but no, I completely screwed that up. And yeah, now you can see the game is probably going to go for another fucking 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm just asking Korax when we were allied. And yeah, of course he's not going to be, yeah, he's not going to be answering at all. He's just going to be letting that bit of doubt fester, you know, while I try to figure out what exactly is happening. And yeah, he's basically going to attack Omega, so. Not bad, not bad. I can't believe it actually worked. I mean, really, maybe part of the reason it also worked was because I just wasn't expecting such a low tactic to be used. Indeed. I mean, I've just never seen it actually, you know, anyone actually claiming to be allied in a free-for-all before, so, you know, I was definitely taking pause, as you can see, and allowing Corforex to do a bit of damage to Omega's forces. Still just, here we go, finally got Omega coming in. Let's see, yeah, just a couple of probing attacks, nothing really too fancy. Not really sure why exactly sent in some troops and then the other troops afterwards, but in any case, it's going to be exhausting his entire army. Just keep fast forwarding because really he just sent them in mostly piecemeal, and there we go, that's going to be thankfully just at the same time when I actually come in with my own troops, so I suppose that did kind of work out in my favour, for at least for the time being anyway. But at the same time, Corforex, he does still have way more resources than I do, and he's got all of his stuff spread out much more than I do as well. His infrastructure is much greater, so we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. We've also got nice little graphical glitches. These buildings are not actually here, I'm pretty sure, but yeah, I'm pretty sure these buildings are not here, but in any case, I'm going to try to attack now, and yeah, definitely screwing up the attack here. All my guys just coming in a line here is yeah, definitely going to screw me over. Now I'm going to be forced to retreat. We do actually have a Lemonros battle attack in pursuit, but I do manage to take it out because bizarre enough that one actually comes away from the enemy's troops, and there we go, we got a counterattack by Corforex. He might actually, yeah, indeed. Yeah, what a load of horseshit that was. I can't believe that actually worked. That was the first time I've ever seen that tactic used. And well, there you go, my lack of preparedness and skepticism definitely screwed me in that regard. So now my army has been whittled down quite a bit. Corforex has got greater infrastructure, a greater army. He can replenish his troops much more readily. And here we go, he's going to come in. This is probably going to be the finishing blow. We'll see what happens. He's also got priest spam as well, and priest spam's always fun to use because of their whoops, there's my mouse. Okay, yeah, priest spam's always fun to use because of their fanaticism ability. I'm using the orbital bombardment ability, but I think that's just going to just delay them really. I've also got a dreadnought, which is also just really going to serve to delay them more so than anything else, but at the very least that will allow me to take on the initial troops that I come here first before taking on the main army. The main army is still way too freaking powerful, but I do manage to take out the initial elite troops in this command squad which attacks me, but the thing is my own troops are pretty minimalistic in number, to say the least. It's going to be a hell of a task to take on this army. Will I be able to? That's the question. One thing I definitely should be doing, indeed, I should have taken them out. But anyway, one thing that could have done there actually was try to take on the troops while they were distracted by the dreadnought. But in any case, here we go. Most likely the final battle. We'll see who shall win. My troops do actually manage to demoralize an Imperial Guardsman squad, but we actually don't, for some reason we don't have the execute ability being used, despite the fact that that'd be really helpful given the fact that we got crap loads of Imperial Guardsmen to make use of that ability, and I think possibly other troops as well. Katsukins? No, maybe not. Ha, indeed. Yes, why did I give pause? Because I was too bloody trusting and never seen that tactic used, and I was, thinking it might have actually been honest that there was something maybe set up beforehand that I wasn't aware of, but nope. And yeah, basically, yeah, he did do mostly nothing, and yeah, he only really won due to that tactic, but he won, so there you go. I'll definitely know not to fall for something so fucking obvious next time. And wow, it's just as well actually that I wasn't commentating on this live. That would have been bloody ridiculous. And yeah, that's the thing with free-for-alls, because everyone's really too afraid to attack. Especially near the beginning, yeah, usually they do drag out for a bit. But, oh well, what can you do? I tried, and yet next time I certainly will not pause. Just fast forward though, I don't think there's really much else I can do except send in my troops piecemeal. I did kind of screw up on that point though really badly as well, actually, sending them all in like a line. But indeed. And yes, check out my commentary, Corforex. Although that's the thing though, it's been a while since I actually played this particular match, so it's well, he's probably seen a whole bunch of other videos before this one if he's been watching. So Corforex, yeah, hopefully watching this as well, and yeah, well, definitely a learning experience for me. Hopefully you've learned a bit as well. Whatever. Yeah, indeed. That's right, it definitely did work, because I didn't really read the chat beforehand. And there we go, that's GG. So quite the game indeed. A few big battles being seen here and there, but yeah, it's the thing with free-for-alls. It's still a whole lot of nothing happening. But thankfully, though, I can fast forward, as you can see. So there you have it. I'll see you all next time.